June 2013. One decision changed football forever. In our world, Neymar signed for Barcelona. But today, we're changing history. What if Neymar chose Real Madrid instead? Instead of playing alongside Messi, he joins Cristiano Ronaldo. He joins Gareth Bale. And together, they form one of the most terrifying attacks football has ever seen. Over the next 13 games, from FIFA 14 all the way to FC 26, we're going to follow every season of Neymar's career. Every trophy, every Ballon d'Or, every success, and every setback. Can Neymar become the greatest player of all time? Or will one decision rewrite football history in a completely different way? Let's find out in FIFA 14 first. This is the Real Madrid squad with Neymar, a team filled with world-class talent. Now it's up to Neymar to prove he made the right choice. The journey begins now. A perfect start. The Spanish Super Cup is ours. Trophy number 7. And Neymar's first La Liga season ends with a league title and 93 points. But in Europe, the dream came to an end. Chelsea knocked Real Madrid out in the Champions League semi-finals. Despite the Champions League disappointment, Neymar enjoyed an outstanding debut season. He grew from an 84 overall to an 87 overall, scoring 25 goals and providing 10 assists. 18 of those goals came in La Liga, while 3 were scored in the Champions League. It was a brilliant first season, but there was still room for more. The 2014 FIFA World Cup was about to begin, and all eyes were on Neymar. Brazil finished top of their group with 7 points. But their World Cup dream ended in the round of 16 as England knocked them out. Neymar's first World Cup ended in heartbreak. He returned to Real Madrid determined to bounce back. His first response? Another Spanish Super Cup title. If you are enjoying videos like that, please like this video and subscribe my YouTube channel. New FIFA, a new season, another chance to rewrite football history. After an impressive debut year, Neymar returns to Madrid stronger, more experienced, and more determined than ever. His connection with Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale continues to grow, and Real Madrid are starting to look like the unstoppable force everyone expected. The stage is set. Now it's time to simulate the season and find out what happens next. And a winning habit was beginning to form. Real Madrid lifted the Spanish Cup once again. Real Madrid successfully defended their La Liga title, proving that last season was no coincidence. And the dream was still alive. Real Madrid reached the Champions League final, where Chelsea stood between them and European glory. With the league and Spanish Cup already secured, the treble was just one match away. But Diego Costa had different ideas. A powerful header gave Chelsea the lead, leaving Real Madrid with it all to do. Just when Real Madrid needed a hero, Toni Kroos delivered. A composed finish brought the score level, setting up a thrilling finish to the Champions League final. Then came the moment of brilliance. Neymar picked up the ball on the left wing, beat his marker, and delivered a perfectly weighted pass to Gareth Bale. Bale made no mistake. Real Madrid had turned the game around. That proved to be the final goal of the match. At the final whistle, Real Madrid were crowned Champions League winners. The comeback was complete, the treble was secured, and Neymar had lifted the biggest trophy in club football for the very first time. Another incredible season was in the books. Neymar continued his rise to the top, scoring 26 goals and providing 13 assists across all competitions. 14 of those goals came in La Liga, while 8 were scored on the biggest stage of all, the Champions League. His performances didn't go unnoticed. Neymar reached a 90 overall, establishing himself as one of the world's elite players. But that wasn't everything. A new challenge was waiting. The 2015 Copa America was just around the corner. Brazil went all the way. Neymar lifted his first Copa America trophy. After a successful summer with Brazil, Neymar returned to Madrid and immediately added another Spanish Super Cup to his collection. And second Super Cup too. Trophy number 15 to his collection. Another year, another FIFA, another step toward football immortality. Welcome to FIFA 16. And let's not waste any time. It's time to simulate the season and see what happens next. And for the first time, Real Madrid fell short. Barcelona won La Liga. But they responded by defeating Atletico Madrid to win the Copa del Rey. There would be no European glory this season. Bayern Munich ended Real Madrid's run in the round of 16. It wasn't Neymar's best season. He finished with 24 goals and 9 assists, while his overall remained at 90. For the first time since arriving in Madrid, his development had stalled. Despite a difficult season, Neymar added another trophy to his collection. The Spanish Super Cup made it 17. All right, the season is over. Let's take a look at how Neymar compares to the other legends in this challenge. The story continues. A new FIFA, new challenges, and another chance to write football history. Welcome to FIFA 17. And this time, Real Madrid responded in style. They reclaimed the La Liga title with complete dominance. And another trophy was added as Real Madrid won the Copa del Rey. But once again, Europe ended in disappointment. Bayern Munich knocked Real Madrid out in the quarterfinals. While the team struggled in the Champions League, Neymar delivered individually. 30 goals, 16 assists, and a 93 overall made it another outstanding season. But the season wasn't over yet. The Confederations Cup was next, and Neymar had another trophy in his sights. Brazil looked unstoppable throughout the tournament, cruising past every opponent with confidence. Led by Neymar, they reached the Confederations Cup final, where Germany awaited. One final challenge stood between Brazil and another international trophy, and another milestone in Neymar's remarkable journey. And it didn't take long for Neymar to make his mark. He fired Brazil into the lead and set the tone for the final, 1-0 for Brazil. As the clock ticked into the 84th minute, Neymar struck again. His second goal sealed the victory and put the trophy beyond Germany's reach. As the final whistle echoed around the stadium, the Brazilian players rushed onto the pitch in celebration. Smiles, tears, and pure joy filled the air as they lifted the Confederations Cup trophy together. Neymar was once again the hero of the night, scoring twice in the final and leading his country to another international triumph. It was another unforgettable chapter in his incredible journey, and another trophy added to an already remarkable legacy. He finished the tournament with 4 goals and 1 assist, once again proving to be Brazil's biggest star. After celebrating with Brazil, Neymar returned to Madrid and immediately claimed another Supercopa title. Trophy number 21. One season ended in glory, but football never stops. FIFA 18 was here, bringing a fresh start and even bigger ambitions. The stage was set. It was time to simulate another season and discover what destiny had planned for Neymar. And of course, they won the Copa del Rey, continuing their domestic dominance. And they also won La Liga, but this time it didn't come easy. Barcelona pushed them all the way to the final weeks of the season. It was a season to remember for Neymar. He finally claimed the La Liga Golden Boot with 24 goals, bringing his career tally to 95 goals for Real Madrid. After falling short in previous years, Real Madrid finally reclaimed the Champions League crown. Neymar produced the best season of his career so far, scoring 39 goals and providing 17 assists. His incredible performances earned him a well-deserved Ballon d'Or nomination. But before that hot summer was arrived, and with it came football's biggest stage, the 2018 World Cup was here, and Neymar carried the hopes of an entire nation on his shoulders. And group stage went exactly as planned. Brazil finished first with 6 points, looking like one of the tournament favorites. But knockout stage brought heartbreak. Brazil fell to Uruguay in the semifinals, but they bounced back to defeat hosts Russia and secure 3rd place. Neymar finished the tournament as the top scorer with 6 goals and 3 assists, proving once again that he could deliver on football's biggest stage. Back in Madrid, Neymar's winning streak continued. Real Madrid lifted both the Spanish Super Cup and the UEFA Super Cup against Milan, adding 2 more trophies to an unforgettable year. And all that success finally paid off. Neymar earned his first Ballon d'Or nomination, standing alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. The wait was finally over. Neymar stood on football's biggest stage as a Ballon d'Or winner. Now we are going to FIFA 19. A new chapter begins. And everything has changed. Cristiano Ronaldo has left Real Madrid in one of the biggest transfers in football history, bringing an unforgettable era to an end. For years, Neymar had grown under Ronaldo's shadow, collecting trophies and becoming one of the world's best. But now there was no one left to lead the team except him. The pressure, the expectations, and the responsibility all rested on Neymar's shoulders. It was finally his time to prove he could carry Real Madrid into a new era. But it didn't begin as planned. Real Madrid fell just short in the La Liga title race, finishing 2nd. Things went from bad to worse as Real Madrid were also knocked out of the Copa del Rey. Europe brought even more heartbreak. Real Madrid's Champions League campaign came to an end in the quarterfinals after a defeat to Borussia Dortmund. And individually, it wasn't Neymar's best campaign, but it was still a solid one. He finished with 29 goals and 9 assists, scoring 21 in La Liga to claim his second Golden Boot. In the Champions League, however, he managed just 6 goals. For the second year in a row, Neymar stood among football's elite as a Ballon d'Or nominee. But this time, the trophy returned to Lionel Messi. Now we're going to FIFA 20. The disappointment of the previous campaign was still fresh, but so was Neymar's determination. After Cristiano Ronaldo left the club, Real Madrid endured a trophyless season for the first time in years. The board knew changes had to be made. To begin a new era, they brought in Eden Hazard, handing him the iconic number 7 shirt. With Neymar leading the team and Hazard arriving as Madrid's newest superstar, the club was ready to fight its way back to the top. And Real Madrid's road back to glory began with another Copa del Rey triumph. And they reclaimed the La Liga title in dominant fashion, finishing with an incredible 105 points. And he was simply unstoppable. He scored an incredible 43 goals, claimed another Golden Boot, and reminded the world why he was one of football's very best. However, the Champions League dream came to an end once again. Barcelona eliminated Real Madrid in the quarterfinals, leaving Europe out of reach. But despite the Champions League disappointment, Neymar enjoyed the greatest season of his career. He scored an astonishing 62 goals and provided 14 assists, with 12 of those goals coming in the Champions League. But there was no time to rest. Neymar traded the white of Real Madrid for the famous yellow of Brazil as the Copa America kicked off. Brazil marched all the way to the final, where they completely outclassed Uruguay with a dominant 3-0 victory. Another international trophy was heading home with Neymar. He was once again the star of the tournament, finishing with 4 goals and 3 assists as he led Brazil to Copa America glory. Neymar returned from international duty as a champion, but back in Spain, Real Madrid suffered a painful Super Cup final defeat to Barcelona. But despite the Super Cup disappointment, Neymar's individual season was nothing short of extraordinary. He finished with an astonishing 66 goals and 17 assists, earning yet another Ballon d'Or nomination. Another historic season deserved the biggest individual prize. Neymar claimed his second Ballon d'Or. Now it's time for FIFA 21. Neymar enters the new season as a 2-time Ballon d'Or winner and the undisputed leader of Real Madrid. The expectations have never been higher, but so are his ambitions. A new campaign began with another celebration. Real Madrid captured the Copa del Rey, putting Neymar one step closer to another unforgettable season. They also dominated La Liga once again, finishing the season with an incredible 103 points. Neymar's dominance in Spain continued. With 30 league goals, he claimed yet another La Liga Golden Boot. But their journey was far from over. Dominating Spain was only part of the mission. Europe was the ultimate goal. Real Madrid produced another unforgettable Champions League campaign, overcoming some of the continent's strongest teams with confidence and determination. With every victory, they moved one step closer to football's greatest prize. Their reward was a place in the UEFA Champions League final, where the challenge could hardly have been bigger. Waiting for them under the lights was Bayern Munich. One match, one trophy, one opportunity to be crowned champions of Europe once again. The final couldn't have started any better for Real Madrid. With confidence flowing through the team, Neymar produced a moment of pure brilliance. Spotting space outside the box, he unleashed a breathtaking strike from distance that flew into the top corner, leaving the goalkeeper with absolutely no chance. Real Madrid doubled their advantage moments later. Karim Benzema calmly found the back of the net, putting Madrid 2-0 up and firmly in control of the Champions League final. But the night belonged to Neymar. He produced another moment of brilliance, scoring a beautiful second goal to extend Madrid's lead. And just like that, it was over. Real Madrid were crowned UEFA Champions League winners once again, with Neymar delivering one of the greatest performances of his career on football's biggest club stage. And he has already 32 trophies in his career. And it was Neymar's incredible form continued throughout the season. He finished the campaign with 50 goals and 12 assists, including a remarkable 14 goals in the UEFA Champions League. It was yet another world-class season from the Brazilian superstar. Just when it seemed the story couldn't get any bigger, Neymar dropped a bombshell. He confirmed that he would leave Real Madrid at the end of the season, sending shockwaves across the football world. Europe's biggest clubs came calling. Offers arrived from every corner of the football world, each hoping to sign the greatest player of his generation. But Neymar had already made up his mind. His heart was set on one destination, Manchester United. There was one reason above all others: Cristiano Ronaldo. After years of rivalry, respect, and friendship, Neymar wanted to share the pitch with his idol one last time. Old Trafford was calling, and he was ready to answer. FIFA 22 marked the beginning of a brand new era. Neymar left behind an unforgettable legacy at Real Madrid and stepped into one of football's greatest stages, Old Trafford. A fresh challenge, a new league, and a new dream awaited the Brazilian superstar. But before the new season began, there was one final award to hand out. After another unforgettable campaign with Real Madrid, Neymar was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and once again he claimed football's biggest individual prize. And now it was finally time to begin a new adventure. Let's see how Neymar's first season at Manchester United unfolded. So their FA Cup journey ended early with a fifth-round defeat to Liverpool. Manchester United responded by lifting the Carabao Cup, giving Neymar his first trophy in England. In the Premier League, they came agonizingly close, but finished second after falling just short in the title race. Neymar finished as the Premier League's top scorer with 23 goals, winning his first Golden Boot in England. And the dream of European glory came to an end after a semi-final defeat to Chelsea. Individually, it was another sensational year for Neymar. He scored 43 goals, provided 19 assists, and established himself as one of the Premier League's biggest stars. Now let's take a look at Neymar's career so far. He had already won 33 trophies, contributed to 665 goals and assists, lifted 3 Champions League titles, reached a 97 overall, won 4 international trophies, 3 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Golden Boots, scored 9 World Cup goals, and netted 72 goals in the Champions League. Truly one of football's greatest careers. The journey continued. It was time to discover what FIFA 23 had in store for Neymar. Before the new season could begin, Manchester United faced unexpected turmoil. Cristiano Ronaldo's relationship with the club's owners and manager had completely broken down. With tensions at an all-time high, there was only one outcome. Ronaldo had to leave Old Trafford, leaving Neymar to lead Manchester United into a new era. And now, for the first time in history, the FIFA World Cup was played in the middle of the club season. Neymar paused his Manchester United campaign to chase the one trophy that had always eluded him. They dominated the group stage, finishing first with 7 points and sending a clear message to the rest of the world. But in the quarterfinals, Belgium shattered Brazil's World Cup dream, ending Neymar's journey once again. He finished the tournament as joint top scorer alongside Cristiano Ronaldo with 5 goals each. His tally of 14 World Cup goals also moved him into 5th place on the tournament's all-time scoring list. It was time for Neymar to return to Manchester and focus on the rest of the season. And on FA Cup, they lost against Aston Villa in round 6. So on Carabao Cup, they lost in quarterfinals against Spurs 0-2. Manchester United struggled without Cristiano Ronaldo. It proved to be a disappointing Premier League campaign, as they could only finish 4th. But Neymar's brilliance never faded. He scored 32 Premier League goals to claim another Golden Boot. The Champions League brought more heartbreak. Once again, Liverpool ended Manchester United's dream in the semi-finals. For the first time in his career, Neymar finished a season without winning a single trophy. Despite the lack of silverware, Neymar once again proved his world-class quality. He finished the season with 47 goals and 15 assists, delivering another outstanding individual campaign. But surprisingly, he wasn't nominated for Ballon d'Or after that incredible numbers, and this time Holland won it. With another chapter behind him, Neymar was ready for a new challenge. It was time for FC 24. A new season brought immediate success. Manchester United lifted both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, earning Neymar the 35th trophy of his career. And, after years of waiting, Manchester United were finally Premier League champions again, bringing the title back to Old Trafford. And once again, Neymar finished as the Premier League's top scorer. With 32 league goals, he claimed another Golden Boot, proving that even after all these years, he remained England's deadliest finisher. On Champions League, just one match away from the final, Inter brought Manchester United's campaign to an end. Neymar delivered another outstanding campaign. He finished the season with 47 goals and 15 assists, proving once again why he remained one of the world's best. They also won Community Shield against Manchester City. And after another outstanding campaign, Neymar was once again among football's elite. His incredible performances earned him another Ballon d'Or nomination. When football's biggest individual award was announced, his name echoed around the world. Neymar had won his fourth Ballon d'Or. He reached another historic milestone. He had now won more Ballon d'Ors than legends like Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldinho, George Best, and Johan Cruyff. His name was no longer just among the greats. It was becoming impossible to leave him out of football's greatest ever debate. With another unforgettable season behind him, we now step into FC 25. The expectations were higher than ever, but Neymar was ready to chase even more greatness. Manchester United started the season on a high, defeating Aston Villa in the FA Cup final to lift another trophy. But Carabao Cup told a different story. They fell short in the final, as Spurs denied them another trophy. Manchester United made the title race look comfortable this time, defending the Premier League crown in dominant fashion. Neymar once again led the way, finishing as the league's top scorer with 29 goals and claiming another golden boot. And after years of chasing the dream, Manchester United had finally done it. Season after season, they came close, only to fall short in the biggest moments. But this time was different. They had booked their place in the Champions League final at last. Waiting for them was the biggest challenge imaginable, a Manchester derby against Manchester City. 90 minutes would decide who ruled Europe and who would write their name into football history. And final was a tense and tactical battle with neither side willing to make a mistake. Chances were few and every moment mattered. Then, in the 70th minute, the breakthrough finally came. And who else but Neymar? The Brazilian superstar stepped up when it mattered most, scoring the only goal of the match and putting Manchester United on the brink of European glory. And just like that, they were crowned champions of Europe. Years of hard work, heartbreak, and near misses had finally paid off. For Neymar, this was more than just another trophy. It was the dream he had chased from the moment he arrived at Old Trafford. With the winning goal in the Champions League final, he had delivered the club's greatest night in years and secured his place as a Manchester United legend. Neymar delivered another incredible season, finishing with 50 goals and 20 assists. But for the first time, age was beginning to show in his rating, as his overall dropped to 95. The numbers, however, showed he was still performing at the very highest level. And now, it was time for FC 26. After winning everything there was to win with Manchester United, Neymar knew his chapter at Old Trafford had come to an end. Clubs from Saudi Arabia came calling with record-breaking offers, hoping to convince one of football's greatest stars. In the end, Neymar made his decision. He accepted the challenge, not just for a new adventure, but for one more chance to play alongside his old friend Cristiano Ronaldo. This was the team that would begin a new chapter. Al Nassr had assembled a squad capable of achieving something special. But before we continue with the season, it was time for another Ballon d'Or ceremony. After another remarkable campaign, Neymar entered the night as the bookmakers' favorite, with the football world expecting him to lift the prestigious award once again. Neymar was crowned Ballon d'Or winner for the 5th time in his career. Another golden ball, another historic milestone, as he continued to cement his place among the greatest players the game has ever seen. And now it was time to see what they could achieve together in Saudi Arabia. The move to Saudi Arabia couldn't have started any better. Al Nassr were crowned Saudi League champions, giving Neymar the 41st trophy of his incredible career. His impact was undeniable. He was named Player of the Season and finished as the league's top scorer with 29 goals, proving that no matter where he played, he remained the best. But now all eyes turned to the biggest stage of all, the World Cup. One last chance, one final dance for Neymar to achieve the only dream still missing from his legendary career, to lift the World Cup trophy. But the journey didn't start perfectly. Brazil struggled early, 6 points, second place. Not perfect, but still in the fight. But once the knockout stage began, everything changed. Brazil stepped up when it mattered most, showing their true quality and winning every single game. One by one, they eliminated their opponents and built unstoppable momentum, all the way to the final, where their biggest rivals, Argentina, were waiting. And now, the moment the entire world has been waiting for. The World Cup final, Brazil versus Argentina, a rivalry written in football history now ready to deliver its biggest chapter yet. For Neymar, this is more than just a match. It's the final piece of a legendary career. After years of brilliance, heartbreak, and near misses, he stands just one game away from completing football. One trophy, the only one missing. On the other side, Argentina, relentless, determined, and ready to crush Brazil's dream. There will be no second chances, no tomorrow. Just 90 minutes. That will define everything. Just 5 minutes into the final, and the breakthrough arrives. Rafinha picks up the ball with confidence, finds his moment, and finishes it perfectly. Brazil take the lead early, exactly the start they were dreaming of on the biggest stage. And then came the moment that defined the final. 75th minute. Neymar picks up the ball, glides past one, pure magic at his feet. With absolute composure, he finishes it beautifully. A world-class goal on the biggest stage. And just like that, the game was finished. The final whistle echoes across the stadium and everything stops for a second. Then the realization hits. Brazil are world champions. Neymar stands at the center of it all. After years of chasing this dream, after every setback and every near miss, he finally did it. The biggest prize in football, won. And to crown it all, Neymar delivered a tournament for the ages. 11 goals, 3 assists. A true leader carrying Brazil all the way to glory. Not just a World Cup win, this was domination. And after finally winning it all, the last missing piece, he made it clear. In the press conference, Neymar announced that the next season would be his last. And now, we enter the final chapter. The last dance has begun. One season, one mission left. Not for himself this time, but for Cristiano. To bring the Asian Champions League home together. And now, it all comes down to this moment. The road has been long, the pressure endless, but they never stopped believing. One final hurdle stands in front of them. Al-Ittihad. A clash for history, a chance to complete the mission. The last dance, one game away from glory, and it didn't take long to make an impact. A beautiful combination between Neymar and Ronaldo. Quick passes, perfect chemistry. And there it is, Ronaldo finishes it. The breakthrough in the final. And just when it mattered most, Neymar stepped up. He finds the space, stays calm, and finishes it with class. There, too, the dream is getting closer, and the final is slipping away from Al-Ittihad. And then, the moment that sealed it. 65th minute, Neymar again. Calm, clinical, unstoppable. Another goal, another statement. This final was his. And at last, the journey reached its perfect ending. The final whistle echoes, and there's no doubt anymore. They've done it. Champions of Asia. After everything, the pressure, the expectations, the final dance, Neymar and Ronaldo stand side by side at the top. And it didn't stop there. They dominated domestically as well, back-to-back Saudi League champions. Trophy number 44. Also, he was top scorer again, with 21 goals. Another golden boot for him. And even in his final season, he delivered once again. 22 goals. 7 assists. Still decisive, still world-class, a perfect final chapter to an unforgettable career. And when they returned to the city, it was more than just a celebration. The trophies were there, the fans were there, the history was there. But this moment meant something deeper, because alongside the glory came the goodbye. Neymar lifting the trophies one last time, not just as a champion, but as a legend saying farewell. And now it's time to look at the numbers. And they are simply unreal. 44 trophies won, 950 goal contributions, 4 Champions League titles, a peak overall of 97, 5 international trophies, 5 Ballon d'Or awards, 10 golden boots, 25 World Cup goals, 103 goals in the Champions League. This isn't just a career. This is a legacy that will never be forgotten. If you enjoyed, please like this video and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and let me know who you want next.